Well, welcome back, everybody. As we said, a double-header this afternoon, the third match of the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial. We've got Mangor out there in the green shirts. Just a reminder, they lost their opening match, the very first match of this tournament, 2-3 to Reinhard Polo. Quick rundown of who's out there. Remember, they're in the green shirts. At number 1, we have Bautista Solorano at 0 goals. At number 2, Santos Tevez at 1 goal. At number 3, Gonzalo Tevez at 4 goals. And playing the number 4 position, we have Scott Swerdlin. He's a 0-goal player. And then for Tana Kanda, they're in the white shirts. That's a very strong team. At least that's how it reads here. Alfonso Nero at number 1 of 0 goals. Then Tanvir Khan from Pakistan playing the number 2 of 0 goals. At number 3, we have the very talented Francisco Fran Spinacci, the 2-goaler playing at number 3, and Pablo Spinacci, his dad, playing at number 4. So, just verifying the handicaps, I have 6 goals to 5 in my on my sheet here. As the umpire this afternoon in our final match of the day is Pepe Araja. So, and Del Schwetz just getting the correct handicaps from all the different players. And as I said, on my notes, I have 6 goals to 5. Okay, well, Dale will have the absolute updated version. Seems to be a bit of a discrepancy here on the handicaps. So, Dale, you want to fill me in? What's the difference? I had 6 to 5. Yeah, half a goal. You have half a goal as well. So, just to give you another rundown of who's playing who, let's start with Mangor again. At number 1, Bautista Zolorzano. He's a 0-goal player. At number 2, Santos Tevez, 1 goals. Gonzalo Tevez, 4 goals. And Scott Swerdlin, 0. That does, in my book, make 5 goals. At Tanakanda, we have Alfonso Nero at 0. At number 1, Tanvir Khan at 0. At number 2, Fran Spinacci, 2 goals. At number 3, and Pablo Spinacci, 4 goals. At number 4, make 6. Thank you very much. I now hand you over to the one and only D. Schwetz.
Thank you, Jan. Well done. And this is a great place to spend the afternoon here on Field 3 at the beautiful Grand Champions Polo Club. And, well, a lot of fun here, seeing the Spinacci boys back, and a big part of the organizations over the many years. And this could be a great matchup. Jan, our first game was right down to the end, that half a goal. You got to keep an eye on it. 2 very, very, very strong teams, as the first goal is going to be put in here by Pablo Spinacci, taken off the line, and that ball is going to go through. So Pablo Spinacci will pick up the first goal of the day for Tanakanda. Good to see Dr. Tanvir Khan back on the field here, Grand Champions Polo Club. And, of course, Pepe Raja in the saddle today for our mounted official. And enjoy the day here as Jan and I, as the sun sets here at beautiful Grand Champions Polo Club. We are in for an amazing, remember, 4 chuckers of polo here for the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial. And so goals have to be scored quickly early. And here we go.
Another nice little ball there coming from Pablo Spinacci. He was looking for Fran up there with the number 3, of course, but to no avail. Instead, it'll be the 4-goaler Gonzalo Tevez to try and send it back. And my, as I'm sure you'll agree with me, hasn't that young player, Fran Spinacci, grown? I remember when he was still very much one of the superstars at the PTF, and now look at him here playing, grown-up polo, and looking forward to seeing him. Not seen him for a while. But on the move, the team in green, Mangor, once again, with the number 2, that is Santos Tevez. Now, he's only 1 goal, but a very, very strong 1-goaler at that. In comes, once again, Spinacci. Remember, we got dad and father and son playing together. There is the pass, and just biding his time. In comes Khan, Tanvir. Didn't quite make the contact on that. Nice little turn here by the number 1 in white. And that, of course, is Alfonso Nero. Well, the name, I'm sure, will tell you enough. Nero, if he's anything like his dad, and we can see traits of that already here. In comes Spinacci. Nice bit of trickery here. An incredible pace here from the get-go. Pablo Spinacci, and I believe that went ever so slightly wide.
Yeah, so breaking it down here, Tanakanda going back and forth from goal to goal. And again, field 3, very, very fast, this field. You got to be careful. Wind, nice little breeze. If you're going to see the backdrop of all the international flags and Grand Champions Polo Club flags and the Santa Rita Polo Farm. Don't forget about the Addison Valley Polo Club to play polo in the summer, AspenValleyPoloClub.com. But on the knock-in, it's going to be Mangor working it down. But every time they get right around center, they get stopped. And the white jerseys are everywhere. But as you said, a great pace here early. And here comes, nice little pickup there. As they try to run the corner by Nero. Loose ball play, Nero. And go. Well done there. As he comes flying in here, they're going to let this go here as he comes down there. Good defense by Nero on Gonzalo Tevez. And the two big guns come together once again. It's going to be picked up here now by Santos Tevez. He works it down. We got a loose ball play here. Scott Swartland playing deep, though, for the Mangor team. He loves to play the number 4 position. Played a lot of polo with Scott back in the day. And we'll get our first whistle of the day. And keep an eye on this now. I played a lot with Scott, and he loves to play a deep back. So you're going to see that 3-man rotation in front of him. He's going to use that all day long. You will see him run through also when he gets on some of his top horses. But we will get our first whistle right at the courtesy change, and that's going to put us with 2:26 on the clock. And look like Nero pressing the seam. He did it earlier here. And then they went running through. Looks like they're going to call the right-of-way violation. We'll see our mounted official. We'll see where he actually drops the ball on this. They were about 60, 80 yards from goal. So ball placement will be big. And great to see Dr. Tanver Khan back on the field here, Jan. We were talking about that. And we appreciate your patience there. We're just kind of switching fields here today in the 2026 Madelon Bourdieu Memorial. If we see Juan Bellini, he'll say a few words. Love talking about his mother. I did not realize that she was one of the first women polo players in Argentina, which, big Melissa Ganzi. Of course, the women polo is such a big part of the Aspen Valley Polo Club, Grand Championship Club, Santa Rita Polo Farm. And, of course, been much love to Sonny Hale, as we do have the Sonny Hale Scholarship that is through the Santa Rita Polo Club. And Melissa Ganzi put that together. This year, Skylar winning it, coming out of Colorado. And such a great rider herself. It's great to see her down here playing on that scholarship. Of course, it is Women's Month, so it's a lot of ladies playing tournaments down here. But after our courtesy change here, looks like they are going to drop the ball. They're still discussing it. But it looks to me like they are going to get a shading call. They're going to call that against the Mangor team in the green jerseys. If you're just joining us, Ian and I will go through the players one more time for you if you joined us a little late. And they are going to get the open goal penalty. So an open goal penalty 2, it looks like it got dropped to. 30-yard shot. Looks like it's going to be Franz Finacci to do the honors.
Yes, indeed. It was a little unlucky there as Scott Swerdlin was the culprit here. And here we go from a standstill. No mistake. Franz Finacci, just like his dad, picking up his first goal. We are still in the first chukker. And as I said, Tanakanda making... Yeah, we have that half a goal advantage. I understand we have... what was I going to say? Tanakanda making their debut appearance here at Grand Champions Polo Club in this Madelon Bourdieu Memorial. Back to the halfway line they come then. So 2 goals scored, both by Spinacci and Spinacci. Ball back in play, and it looks like it could be Gonzalo Tevez. He, of course, the highest rated player on that team. Gets a little second break here as Pablo Spinacci wasn't able to contain the ball. In comes Santos Tevez. Now, as I said, only 1 goal, but I'm sure that's a matter of time until he goes up. Very, very strong player, very naturally talented, well-mounted. As once again, Spinacci now having to play the role of Secretary of Defence. Down comes the hammer on the near side. Mangor doing everything they can to try and capitalise on the fact that they are so close to that Tanakanda goal. And maybe now the second run might just give them a little chance. In comes Spinacci, a little too late, but has he already crossed the line? I think he might have had, because we did have a whistle down.
Yeah, the tight one there. Looked like the Mangor team was going to work that in out of the coffin corner. And they won the bowl-in after the penalty 2 by Franz Panacci. Coming across the field there, Bautista Solizano is just going to get caught right there at the end. I mean, that's about the distance, the farthest distance you're going to see, the most distance between two players. But a good call here by our mounted officials. But you can keep an eye on that window. That's the window we'll be using all day long. And, when you start out, here we go, 6 of 26 goals, right? Yeah, we talk about a lot here on CTV Sports. And once again, we're seeing a very open running gun and chucker here early of first chucker of 4 and a positive knock-in here for Tanakana as they work it over center field down into the corner. That ball will go just out of bounds, so we get a change of possession. And as Jan would say, a cop on the pitch. 30 seconds left here in our first chucker of play. And it's going to be Mangor with an opportunity. They're going to use Scott Swartland. I like this play here by Gonzalo Tevez finding Scott. Scott's going to work it back up to Gonzalo in the give and go. Actually, to Santos Tevez. And Scott's still working it down. They all come together there, and look at that. Scott Swartland is going to get the whistle. So nice. Well, we want a positive possession. We talk a lot about them, the penalty 5s, the knock-ins, the penalty 5s, and the change of possessions. You're going to get more of those. That'll end the chucker, guys. Chucker. As we have, that was inside of 30 seconds. So we will send them off to get some fresh ponies. And as I said, Scott Swartland working it, taking the long way to the goal, but works it down inside and catches the Tanakana team on a reaching call. Remember, if the ball does not pass your boot when a player is behind you, they hit it up behind you and it does not pass your boot. You cannot reach behind if that player is within 2 strides. And Scott Swartland in a perfect spot. So we'll send them off, get them on some fresh ponies, and we will return for our second chucker of play. And we're going to come back with a 2 to 0.5. So stay with us here on Chucker TV. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Jan Edik Frank, the voice of Polo. You can follow him on his Instagram. Jan, coming in from Europe. Always good to see you, Jan. And a lot of fun being here at Field 3, Grand Champions Polo Club. Big shout out to all our fans that come to all of our games here at the Grand Champions Polo Club over all the years. It's just been amazing time, especially with all the levels, Jan. We've been talking about that. We kind of ride it. like a horse you play 5 chuckers on. But we love the 6 of 26 because this is where it all starts. We are going to get the open goal penalty on the right-of-way violation, and it's going to be Tevez. He can only get one swing and one touch of the ball. That is the procedure there. So a little tough, had a little topper there. That ball's going to go just off the left side. Yeah, and early, the Tanaconda team's going to get they're going to dodge a big bullet here and take possession of that ball as it did not make it over. Now, if it went wide, it'd have knocking, of course, where the ball lands. If it does not make it to the goal, they hit from the spot. And so that should stop the clock. And then they'll go ahead and start over. So they'll get the penalty 5A on just the miss-hit goal, procedure-wise, and it's going to be Spinacci.
And it's going to be the senior of the two, Pablo, getting things underway. He's still in possession. Leaves that one now for Fran. Fran sends it back up the boards, looking for, and unfortunately just jumping over the boards there. So a giveaway, another change of possession. Literally on the halfway line, Mangor will get the hit from the spot where the ball went out of bounds. And let's see if they can capitalize on this. You can see there Scott Swerdlin pointing where I think that ball should have been played to, but the ball goes once across the field. And straight away, Spinacci is on him. Comes in for a hook. Now on the near side. Now he needs to shake him off. That's a good run here. You can just all but watch as Santos Tevez has Spinacci. And just coming up behind was Alfonso Nero. Good backing up there. But controlled now by the number 3, Gonzalo Tevez. Let's see if he can turn defense into offense. He's contained the ball. Here comes the drive towards that halfway line. That's looking pretty promising. And here we go. Mangor on the move. But it was short-lived because guess who? Franz Spinacci came back. Knew he had to go back and play the role of the defense, which he did. Nice little touch and a steal, but you saw already firmly established Gonzalo Tevez. Good call by our mounted official.
Yeah, remember about 9 times out of 10 when that ball does bounce off of your pony or your mallet in a direction, usually you have the lesser angle, but there is that 1%. But, of course, Gonzalo Tevez is in the right spot to grab that right-of-way violation. And going away from his goal, nobody going to goal there. So they'll go ahead and drop the ball for a penalty 5A. And that's going to be about 100 yards from goal. So in range here for Gonzalo Tevez. Beautiful gray pony here Gonzalo's on. He'll get the opportunity, number 3, on the penalty 5A.
Well, he definitely put some power into that. That is still going. Spinacci all hands full here to try and contain it. A little attempted shot there under the neck. Not a lot of angle. And nicely blocked. So once again, Tanaconda doing a very good job here in shutting down what would have been possibly a direct shot on goal. Didn't have a lot of space to shoot at. So here we go. Let's have a look at the clock. We're down to just under 4 minutes, 3:50 to be precise. And away we go with the next attack coming from Tanaconda. Over on the far side, Gonzalo Tevez sends it back. Who can turn first? Santos, the first man possibly on that ball. But very well read again by you-know-who. Well, he was always been our favourite, Dale. And it's great to see how he's coming of age, playing off 2 goals. And I'm sure that will not stay 2 for very much longer the way he's playing. Francisco Spinacci. Another monster shot, and away we go. Look at the pony power and how that horse opens up for him. This, of course, is Alfonso Nero. Nero, he's got to be careful. He's got a man on. Nero, I believe that was Scott Swerdlin trying to shut him down. Well played, Scott. Very nicely done, but they haven't actually managed to control it and contain it because Tanaconda still in possession. Just taking the pace out briefly. Wait for the opportune moment. 1, 2, 3. Here it comes. He's just going to tap that one through. Golazo by Franz Spinacci.
Franz Spinacci, Jan and I both remember when he was shorter than us. Now he's as tall as Jan and taller than I. Love seeing his face, so what a shot there. What a play here by Nero to start it off, and I got to give it up. Great defense by Scott Swardlin. Jan was talking about it. I mean, because Nero came through a lot of speed and power on the black mare, and then Dr. Swardlin, Scott put himself in a great position, a clean ride-off. Now, Scott's played from 6 goal to 26 goal polo. Very, very well mounted, understands the game at a high level. And, of course, Dr. Tanver Khan also loves the game. So 2 doctors going at it together. And but they're going to go ahead and get the pickup here. Spinacci will end up getting the goal. The ball ended up popping out. Defensive battle there by Mangor. But the Tanakana team turning it up. And I love the way Spinacci used the field. Remember the polo field, 160 yards wide, 300 yards long. So a lot of plays will work across the field. Spinacci taking it from the far east side of the field. So actually probably about 40 yards from the boards, ran it across the 60, then found space for himself. And it looked like he was going to take a cut shot there, but he decided to take it all the way to the hoop and picks up another goal for the Tanakanda team. Fran's going to get his second goal of the day, one from the field, one from the penalty line. An earlier goal was a penalty 2. He had in the first chucker. His father, Pablo, picking up one in the first chucker. Remember, they are a 6-goal team against a 5-goal team. So they're going to get the half a goal, even though it is a goal difference, 6-5, because it's 4 chuckers. They go ahead and break that down, the matrix. And we are getting all the players coming in here. We got some players down on the far end, and it looks like we had a couple players down on the far north. And remember, field 3 does run north and south. So the sun should not be an issue going down over the beautiful Grand Champions Polo Club, as the players will not be running into it. It'll be off their side. We got a great breeze blowing from the south. It's up from the southeast, so it's blowing a little bit towards the west. Shouldn't be a problem on penalty shots because we have everybody back on top here after our courtesy change. We had a little issue there with the ponies, so that courtesy change was a little bit longer. We had a timeout for one of the ponies on Mangor, but all is good. We got everybody lined back up. And it looks like Pepe Roger looking for a clean lineup. Remember the lineup, no contact till the ball leaves the umpire's hand.
And here we go, ball's back in play. Now then, let's see who's going to pick up this little win. It will be the number 3 in green, and that is Gonzalo Tevez. That's very good, because they do need to start scoring a few more goals. But once again, Pablo Spinacci. That looked a little bit uncomfortable. Riding into the swing, the umpire straight away blowing that whistle.
You called it, Jan. I mean, it's very easy to see that. We hope everybody's okay there. Bautista not planning that, I'm sure. Pablo actually didn't even see him. But you can see how he came across 90 degrees. Now, you are allowed to cross over and hook a player, but you must have your horse on the other side, the side that you're making a play on the mallet. Remember, only allowed to hook a player when he is making a play on the ball. And you cannot hook the player's mallet while just riding down the field. You cannot joust in polo. The player must have the ball on his offside or near side. Then you can make a hook. So, as Jan said, riding under the shall be the goal. Inside, right around the 60-yard line, even though they were out by the board, but they're going to bring this ball in for an open goal penalty 2. And it should be Fran Spinacci probably do the honors here from the 30-yard mark. Yeah, it's going to be number 3, Fran Spinacci.
I'm pretty sure he won't make a mistake. No, he keeps it nice and low and very nice and straight. So, Fran Spinacci picking up his 3rd goal of the match. So it is very much the Spinacci and Spinacci show here this afternoon. Still waiting for a goal to come from Mangor as they come back to the halfway line with a minute and about 40 seconds left on the clock. And then, of course, 2 more chuckers to follow straight afterwards. But it has to be said, Dale, that Tanakanda so far very much sticking to their concept, and it's paying dividend because Mangor are struggling with a little over a minute and a half to go in the first half.
On the move there, on the bowl end, picked up, and this is what Mangor wants to do, at least to end this chukker with some positive plays, but good defense once again by the Tanaconda team. Hey, everybody coming together. Pepe jumping the boards. The two big guns here, Gonzalo and Pablo, number 3 and number 4. Good turn. Picked up nicely, though. Loose ball play. And Dr. Tanvir Khan's going to get in there and get a whistle on the play. So well done by Dr. Tanvir Khan jumping on that quick line change. That is always a tough play in the game of polo. We talk about this when we break it down. The quick line change, probably the toughest play for the players and the umpires. Is remember, whenever that ball does change direction, and when I talk about direction, it's as far as the umpire, as long as he can see the ball move. They're going to go with a penalty 5A, though, and it'll be Fran.
Spinacci taps it into play. Let's see what he's got under his sleeve. Wants to send it up back to Tanvir, who was out on the right-hand side. He might just get a lucky little break here. He does, but doesn't make contact. A lot of traffic in front of that goal mouth, but they still have it, and that is just got ever so slightly wide, and that, I'm afraid, will bring us to the end of the first half. So, still 4 goals to half a goal in favour of Tanaconda. We're going to have a very short break, allow the players to regroup, especially Mangor. I'm sure there's plenty for them to be discussing, and then you make sure you join us here on TTV Sports for the second half of our third match of the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial 2026.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Sweats with Jan, Eric, Frank, the Madelon Bourdieu, and we have our two teams coming here. But I want to take time out right now. I got a group of people here because there are two special birthdays tomorrow. Hope Oriano, we want to wish her a happy birthday, highest rated American player at 10 goals. And then Mr. Jan, Eric, Frank, his birthday tomorrow. So we have a good group here. So we want to say, Jan, happy birthday, everyone. CTV Sports, spreading the love to you. So give us a little love just on your birthday tomorrow. Tell me what you're going to do on your birthday.
Well, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to probably go to my favourite Greasy Spoon Gabriel's in Wellington. I do like going to Gabriel's. And then after that, I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to maybe some more polo.
All right, you got it. So, Jan, happy birthday. Amen, and thank you all, y'all. We wanted to wish him happy birthday today because we don't have any poll scheduled for you today, tomorrow on CTV Sports. And so I want to give a big shout out to Hope and, of course, Jan, Eric, Frank. Looks like both our teams come out. If you're just joining us, let me bring you back up to speed. We got the Mangor team. They're going to be in the green jerseys. We got the number 1, Bautista Solazano. He's playing number 1. We have Santos Tevez playing the number 2. Bautista's A-rated player, 0, and Santos is 1. Gonzalo Tevez playing number 3, 4 goals. And then Dr. Scott Swardlin. Great to see him back here on the Grand Champion pole field in the green helmet. And he is on A-rated, so they're going to come in at 5 goals. And then we have the Tanaconda team. Tanaconda team in the white jerseys. And they're going to have Afonso Nero at A-rated 0. Very strong. Ian and I were talking about him at halftime. Didn't get any goals in the first half, but very, very strong. Pulls the team at a high level. Dr. Tanvir Khan, always a pleasure to see Dr. Tanvir Khan. Nice to be back, sir. Welcome back. It's always a pleasure. Always brings great teams and very, very strong here with the Spinacci boys. Fran Spinacci on 2 goals, playing number 3. And then Pablo Spinacci playing the number 4 on 4 goals. 3 goals in the first half, scored by Fran. He had 2 penalty 2s and 1 from the field. Another goal scored by Pablo, and that's where they get their 4 goals. And then, because of the handicap, 6-goal team. Tanaconda to Mangor, a 5-goal team. Based on the matrix, they get a half a goal because of the 4 chuckers. And that's where they have their 0.5. So, Mangor still waiting to get on the board here in a beautiful afternoon. It has turned into just a fabulous afternoon. And I think it's because the birthday boy was talking about it.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. All I like to say is that it's spring has sprung, the 21st of March, of course, now 3 days ago. And if you're wondering why we're waiting, we're just waiting for the umpire, Pepe Araja, to get himself on a fresh mount. Players, of course, very eager to get on with the second half. The team in green have quite a bit of work to do. Sorry, Dale?
That's Lily.
Lily, yes, well, we've got a young player here. We have Lily Laurent from El Lirio. Tell us a bit about, where does the name El Lirio come from?
El lirio is the Spanish word for the lily.
Which, of course, is your name.
Yeah.
Now we can connect the dots. Perfect. Thank you very much, Lily. So that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much. Yes, the Spanish for it. Wow, I should have known that. We should have known that, Dale.
Well, for a man who speaks 5 languages, yes, you should have known that. Now me, and now the country boy like me. Now that might be a little different, but thank you, Lily. And we had the whole team over here actually, as Avery Chapman was over here singing happy birthday, and Michelle Dorniak. Jose played well, so Lily, good luck in the rest of the tournament. And Jan, we're going to get Pepe on a fresh pony here. And what do you think? It's just pretty much the Mangor team. They've had some opportunities, but you know this 4-chucker polo, we talk about it, like a round-robin setup. You need to score goals early because you don't get a lot of time. Now, we watched Dorniak and they almost came back. They came back at the end. They had a little bit of a late start, we said. Yeah, so we were just talking to Michelle Dorniak and Avery and Lily, and they were a little bit of a late start in their first game, but they came back very strong. And you know what? In a 6-chucker game, because we scratch our heads a lot, but the six goal, they do 4 chuckers. And sometimes I wish, in some of the women's poll, they do 4. And sometimes I wish they would, you see, maybe they'll change on the future. I know it's also helps because of horses and having teams, and you learn, you can, we talked about this earlier, the 6 goal, because of the 6 to 26 goals that we cover here at CTV Sports. It is a great breeding grounds for young players and just new sponsors playing, different young horses that are playing, and then you get the older players or some of the top players in the world. And a lot of the players here, like Santos Tevez or Gonzalo Tevez and Pablo Spinacci, both were 6-7 goals. So it's great seeing them here playing with their kids. And so it's just a fun league. And but it is, you got to put it in your strategy. And that is scoring. Now, we saw that early. So let's see if we think Bangor maybe make a move here in the third.
Well, I'm very much hoping that they will, but I also don't want to take away from the very, very good performance in that first half by Tana Kanda, because Alfonso Nero, you said he hasn't scored yet, but neither has Tanwe Khan, but they've both been instrumental in allowing the Spinacci brothers, I'm just going to call them that, even though it's father and son, to do what they've done. Fran picking up 3 goals, as you said, and Pablo 1 goal. And what they've done so very well is not only create chances and then also pick up a score, but they've done everything in their defensive power to stop Mangor from, yes, they got close, but as you said, it was the finish that they needed. And that is where the defense of Tanakanda has been absolutely top draw. And I'm pretty sure that the slight delay here in getting the umpire mounted again is not going to help, as Tanakanda would like to get on with things. Mangor, they know what they're up against. They're up against a very, very strong team. They're down at the moment by 3.5. Remember that half a goal they were given on handicap. But they need to start, that's very important, they need to start scoring. Now, I'm pretty sure that Alfonso Nera and Tanwe Khan will be very happy with the way things are going. Remember, this is their opening match. Mangor, I did mention earlier, they lost their opening match to Reinhard Pola very narrowly by 2-3. So it should be an interesting penultimate chukker coming up. And I can see that the umpire, Pepe Raja, is now already in the saddle, making his way back out onto the field so we can get chukker number 3 underway. So I'd also like to mention that on Thursday, this coming Thursday, that'll be the 28th. I beg your pardon, the 26th, that'll be on Thursday. Tomorrow is Tuesday the 24th, Wednesday the 25th, so Thursday the 26th, we have a very special event taking place here at Grand Champions Polo Club, the WCT, the Ladies Polo. That'll be taking place at 5 o'clock on your screen, so make sure you tune in for that. And information just fresh off the press. So you might want to come from work a little bit earlier. So make sure you don't miss the throw-in of the WCT finals this Thursday afternoon. Grand Champions Polo Club, as I said. So make sure you put that in your diary. So everybody's back on their pony and away we go. Ball's in play. And not to be expected, but no surprise there to see Pablo Spinacci winning that first throw-in and taking the ball up, dragging 1 or 2 players with him. Watch this for the finish. Well, that's straight into the heart there by guess who? Making his 4th goal, Fran Spinacci.
Yeah, that's the way you come out and take control right out of the bowling. We love it. Get the offensive attack, get control of the ball, and cut him loose. And Fran taking it to the hoop in full speed right there. Very, very accurate, and looked like his composure is just amazing. And once again, the 2 young players right here talking to each other. They work out the lineups. I love seeing that. Looks like Pablo's playing it back. Dr. Tanvir Khan in the middle. Loose ball play picked up again by Fran. Everyone's got to turn inside. And, this is going to be a tough one here. Quick whistle out of the bowl-in. And you have players running towards the south goal. So Mangor is going to get a uneven ride off here. Just bad luck there. It looked like Pablo, actually, number 4 and white, was trying to get into position. But as he went into position, kind of, well, like they say in NASCAR, racing and rubbing and racing, trading paint. And just a little bit of a rub there, but that's 20 yards off the center. Team going to goal, so they're going to move that all the way to the 60-yard line. And, well, and this is going to be the first goal shot penalty of the game for Mangor.
Well, let's very much hope they can convert here. Now, the question is who's going to have the honour or the privilege of doing it. Looks like it might be the number 2, Santos. Will it be Santos Tevez or the number 3, Gonzalo Tevez? No, he's going to let Santos here have a crack at this. Umpire has called play. So let's see if he can put this one through. It's definitely slightly airborne, and I think it just went out on the left-hand side. I thought it might have just sort of smuggled its way in there on the far post, but just wide. So, keeping a very clean sheet here. Tanakanda, once again, with a knock-in coming. Spinacci, he was looking for Fran Spinacci, but that wasn't to be. It's now 2-on-2. Nice little ball in the danger zone. Now then, Spinacci. He's got to have all hands on deck. Is that going to go through? He tries to clear it. But that looked like a pretty good goal to me, Dale. What do you make of that?
Good work here as Tevez is going to work it down. Spinacci keeping the pressure on. And I think Pablo went for the belly shot. He learned that from Juan Bellini at the polo school. You can learn about how to hit the polo shot, the belly shot. They call it the millionaire shot. Not an easy shot. But Spinacci not successful with that, and Tevez will pick up his first goal today. So Gonzalo, good job there, busting loose to get one on the board, and that's going to go on to their 0.5. So 1.5 now to 5, and the bowling's going to be picked up here again by Mangor. Mangor with a strong third chucker. Oh, they come together down in front. And a whistle on the play. So a lot of action away from the ball. Now remember, in the game of polo, the fouls are not just called on the players with the ball. There can be players outside, such in basketball or soccer or in football. In this case, we are going to get an uneven ride-off by a Mangor player, and they're going to drop that ball for the spot for a penalty 5A, and turned around and taken forward. It's going to be Santos Tevez, and this ball's right around the 60. Good D as they'll back that one up. Fran Spinacci looking for Nero. Dr. Tanver Khan comes in. Tevez takes it around the corner. Good D again by Nero. Now Spinacci gets involved. You throw a blanket over 7 players there. Loose ball play. Who's got the horsepower? Everybody running and gunning. Picked up cleanly. Oh, Gonzalo going to the near side. Picked up and taken forward by Bautista. Everybody grabbing leather. Spins around nicely. Pablo Spinacci. And they all come together. We'll get a whistle there for sure as they are going for it. Both teams here. And we'll see how they work out. As Spinacci had control, and with 3:09 on the clock, you're going to get your courtesy change. So we'll go ahead and get the courtesy change going. And, happy birthday. I know, I keep giving them birthday. So we have Gaston Dorniak here. Of course, one of our top umpires and field manager, Gaston. And came over to say, hey, happy birthday to Yan. Gaston, always good to see you. And the boys are doing a great job. So we're going to whistle on the play. And looks like that ball is going to be carried down to the 60 for a penalty 4. And these are the big moves in the game. These are the fouls you got to be careful for. Anything in the middle of the field. And if a lot of the coaches that coach a lot of the teams, top players of the world, talked a lot about this. Fouls that are in the middle of the field, anywhere 20 yards either side of the center, is that tough spot. Sometimes you will see a ball drop from the spot for a penalty 5A, but most of the time when you have players going on offense. And that's what I was talking about earlier about the loose ball, the loose players, the players that are downfield looking for the pass, looking for someone to facilitate the ball to them. Then the umpires will move the ball in that direction. And in this case, the Tanaconda team is going to get a penalty for 60-yard shot, and they are on fresh legs because everyone is coming out of the courtesy change. So perfect place to be, Jan, with fresh legs, penalty 4. Have an opportunity here to add one more to the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, let's see if Fran is going to be successful. I'm just having a look here. He's already picked up 4 goals. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. And this could be his second in said third chukker. And I didn't quite get the contact on that strike. But hello, right in front of the goal mouth there. Alfonso Nero trying desperately to keep that ball in play. Just running out of Polo Field. So a little bit unlucky. So Mangor dodging a very big bullet. Now, of course, remember, if they lose here today, that'll be 0-2. And Tanakanda with 1-0. Reinhardt, of course, already now with 2-0. So they look like they're going to advance through. Back to the game, and we have a whistle as Spinacci try to turn that ball.
Down in the corner there, Jan, he kind of came to a stop. And remember, most of the rules in the game of polo have been developed over the years to keep the game flowing, to keep the game moving. And we have one player coming dead to a dead stop right along the boards there. A little blocking foul. They'll drop it. Penalty 5A. It's going to be picked up here by Gonzalo Tevez.
Yeah, that ball didn't quite go through. Spinacci coming back strong. Working very hard, left behind, picked up now by the number 2 in green. That's Santos Tevez. Opens his shoulders. Nice little ball up to the front door. And again, Spinacci just was hoping, I think, to let that ball trickle over the back line. Clever play there. And that's exactly at this level, Dale, where you can also learn the intelligent polo playing, which is to allow a ball to do what it does in order to obviously then, in this case, gain possession, you know. So cleverly done, but of course with a dad like Pablo Spinacci, I'm not surprised. Here we go, knocking coming. Let's have a little look at the old clock. 1:40 remaining. And no coming through here. Gonzalo Tevez just plays the ball over the halfway line, wants to create a little bit more space. Nice little stop and turn. He's got no one really to play it to. I think he was looking for his number 1, for Batista Solozano. But again, it just feels, we mentioned it earlier, that Tanakanda seem, or it feels at least, that they've got an extra player on the field, but that's just purely down to their positioning play. Anticipating ever so well, reading the game, and doing what they need to do. Like once again here, taking on 2 defenders. In comes Spinacci. Ball will go over the back line. And again, costing a lot of valuable time, which is now, of course, running out for Mangor. Well, let me look at the clock at the scoreboard. We're down to 40 seconds. By the time that ball gets knocked into play, here we go. On the nose, 39.8 seconds it was. Spinacci. Very nice long ball. And this could be another run. Well, looks like we're going to have a whistle as the umpire saw that there was a right-of-way infringement. Would have been the ever slightest of angles there. How did you see that?
It's tough. You go near side looking there. You got change left side to right side. Remember, lesser angle is always big, and we talk a lot about it. Always a little tougher than the sideline. And we see a lot of that. But, of course, the drone never lies, and the umpire's always riding to get in a good position where they can see the exact line. So we'll get a whistle at the end of the third. We'll send them off and get ready for our 4th and final chukker. And at the moment, 5 goals to 1.5. So a lot of work for Mangor. Stay with us here on CTV Sports. We'll be right back for our final chukker of the evening.
Right, here we go then. Chukker number 4 has started and barely had that ball being thrown into play. We have a... So, welcome back. Chukker number 4, ball was thrown into play. We had a very quick right-of-way violation, and that has resulted in the umpire awarding a penalty 5B, a hit from the centre in favour of Tanakanda. And as Dale was saying right at the end of that last chukker, Mangor have quite a lot of work to do and cut out for them if they want to turn this around. But being the ever optimist that I am, I think Tanakanda are just too much today for Mangor. The combination of Fran and Pablo Spinacci with Alfonso Nero and Tanwe Khan creating the spaces and the opportunities for Spinacci to do what they've been doing is going to be a very, very tricky one to try and turn around. Again, knocking on the door. That one's going to go over to the far side. Alfonso Nero takes a shot, and did that go in? Wow, what a cracking goal by Alfonso Nero.
You said it, Ian, and that was at the top of the list when it comes to cracking. What a shot there by Nero. We were talking about him. He's been pulling the team at such a high level early. Him and Dr. Tanver Khan, they play the 1 and 2. And the Spinacci brothers, as Yan we're teaming them up now, like the Blues Brothers. Fun watching Pablo and Fran play together, father-son. But what a great shot there by Nero to go ahead and take, a little more energy out of the Mangor team.
And they have it again. Ball's thrown into play, even though they're pushed back a little bit into their own half. But that's not going to faze them in the slightest. Nice ball out there to Tanwir. Khan will go for the cut shot, or rather take it further down into the corner. He's got the support of Alfonso coming in to lend a helping hand. Decides to leave it. A little bit of a slip and slide there in that far corner. Doesn't get used very much. But I have to say, once again, a big compliment here to the ground staff, all the fields. We played on field 1 at 1 o'clock for the 12 goal, and then field 4 in cracking condition, as is field 3. And, of course, centre court, field 2, for many of you who've been here on a Sunday afternoon. A lot of compliments yesterday from our superstars playing the Power Horse Invitational, 25 goals, remember. And again, Spinacci gets it back over the halfway line. And I think this is where the problem, I think, lies with Mangor Dale. It's the positioning play that's not been, good enough to take on a team like Tanakanda.
Yeah, they get the breakaway play. I agree with you. They've had some great plays where they get it moving, and then the Tanakanda team has done a fantastic job picking up their man and transitioning. And little plays like this, loose ball play, Nero. Scott's going to have an opportunity there. And Scott Swartland coming through again for Mangor. It's going to be the second foul he's picked up today. And I told you how he'll sit back there and kind of cherry pick, you could call it. He'll sit back pretty deep. It's a different style, but it does work very well. And he reads the game so well, and a perfect example, because that would have been a true breakaway for Alfonso Nero. But because Scott's staying back, jumps on the right-of-way, catches the right-of-way violation, and that ball's sitting about the 80-yard line. They'll take it into the 60. So we will get a penalty 4 in favor. A must-needed goal. Opportunity from the 60.
Well, let's see if they can make it happen on this occasion. Let's have a quick look at the clock. 3:54 to play. And I'm pretty sure that after this penalty is taken, we will have our last courtesy change of the afternoon. Well, rather evening now. It's coming up to 7 o'clock. 6:45. So, long run up by Santos Tevez. I'd like to make it all right again. He had a crack at this a little earlier and more or less plays exactly the same play as he did in that last penalty that he took. And, of course, Finacci, Pablo, very much aware of the fact that time is of the essence and it's on his side. They have possession. Let's have another look at the clock. Coming now down to exactly 3.5 minutes remaining. And I'm pretty sure that the umpire at the next given opportunity will call for the final courtesy change. And again, they're making headway. Look at this combination play. Very nicely done. And when the power is needed, they know how to turn it on. Slightly topped it, but did it go through? Just wide, we think. Yeah, it was Pablo Spinacci, but nonetheless, again, time is ticking away.
And in the mortal words of Tommy Oxley, the clock goes tick, tick, tick. Yeah, that was tough. They great play here again by the Tanaconda team. As they said, let's go through it. Let's break it down. We started out the first chukker, and they gave up a half a goal. Tanaconda in the white, Mangor in the green. And so when they left that chukker, it was 2-0.5. A goal by Franz Spinacci, a penalty 2, and then Pablo. And then they went into the second chukker, and this is where Tanaconda turns it on once again. Franz Spinacci picking up a goal from the field and then another penalty 2. Ice in his veins today, 100% from the penalty line. Fran, short penalties, but, arguably the toughest shot in polo. But gets it done, and those are all unanswered goals, so they left there at halftime 4-2.5. And then Mangor came out and looked like they had a good halftime break, kind of talked it out, picked up a goal, but Fran comes alive again and picks up another, so they leave that chukker 5-1.5. And during those, the only misses would be the penalty 4s. The Mangor team getting 2 opportunities, the penalty 4 in the third chukker, and a penalty 4 in the fourth chukker. So if you do the math, that puts them right in there, hunting right now. That's how important those penalty shots can be. And on the other side, one penalty 4 missed by Franz Spinacci. Nice attempt by the 2 young Polo Stars. But with the goal from Nero, that sets us at 6 at 1.5. Quick change here by the Tanaconda team. They're ready to go. And we'll see. You know what they say, a goal a minute. You need to turn up the heat here. But as we were talking about, it doesn't look like the Tanaconda team. It looks like they're getting stronger and stronger. And that's what happens in the 6th goal. That's what's so special about it. Remember, in a real game, this 4th chukker can be a very, very, it could change the game. A lot of the top players in the world will play their best pony, their top horses in the 4th chukker in a 6th chukker game. So this is that's where that difference comes in. And Tanaconda has come in with a great game plan. But the ball will go back to the knock-in for Mangor. Everybody back on the field. Our final courtesy change, and away we go.
So let's see if we can see Mangor finish on a high. Would be nice. They got possession. Need to just make those passes a little bit more precise. Little backhand shot there from Spinacci, straight into the path here of Santos Tevez. Plays it out to the right-hand side. Tevez, what's he going to do? Will he go for the under the neck? No, he's going to try and avoid or counter right into that ride-off coming from Fran Spinacci. Picked up now by Gonzalo Tevez. Tevez will try and tee this one up nicely and send it into the danger zone. But again, there's always that one player from Tanaconda in between. And that is where their defense has been absolutely stellar. And again, Spinacci here not allowing Bautista Solozano to get through and be anything remotely threatening in front of that goal mouth. Let's see now if Scott Swerdlin can do something here. Sends it back, but picked up very nicely here by Nero. And we've seen that he's always good for a surprise. Nero takes the pace out. Clever play. Leaves it for Spinacci. He had a little bit more space. Now up to the front door looking for Khan. Tanweer Khan with the finish. The near side under the neck. Ever so slightly wide, but what a great... Was it in? Oh, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
What a play. And you're calling it is the Tanaconda team coming together there. I love the transition with Nero collecting the ball on the sideline. That lines them out on the far side. Spinacci, Pablo falls in behind in the rumble seat. Dr. Tanvir Khan gets out in front for the pass. Great give and go from the number 4 to the number 2. And then a spectacular finish by Alfonso Nero, the near side neck shot. And look at this, liking the little black pony right here. But they come together on a very, very strong play. But when you're breaking loose like that, they're going to go. Watch out. Keep your eyes on the ball right there, as that ball's going to fly off the field. And there's your 30-second warning horn. So they'll go to a change of possession. And it'll be picked up here again by Tanakana. It looks like everybody's all right. And that's going to go ahead and end it. So Tanakana's going to hold on here. 7 to 1.5 as the clock ticks down. And Yan, I'd like to say some final words here. I want to say happy birthday once again. Have a great birthday tomorrow. And give it over here to Yan. Give some final words.
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Tanakanda. I'm very impressed to see how Franz Spinacci, alongside Daddy Pablo Spinacci, has come of age. Alfonso Nero, of course, with those 2 cracking goals in the final chukker. Well done to him. I'm sure they'll be leaving the field feeling very jubilated. Mangor, yes, I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about within that team. There's definitely the talent there. It's just maybe tightening up on a few little bits and pieces here and there, but another team which I think has a very bright future. So well done, Mangor, and all the very best for your next team.
And thank you for joining us here on CTV Sports. For Yan, Eric, Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports. I want to say thank you for making us leaders of polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.